Hello dear students, this is PDG ma'am and this is the fourth video as regards to your first unit entrepreneurial opportunity. This video is a continuation of the rest of the videos. So as I always say, it's my advice, if you haven't watched the rest of the videos, that is video 1, video 2 and video 3 on entrepreneurial opportunity, then please watch those 3 videos because it will be easier for you to relate as the concepts are all interlinked and they are continuation of the same chapter. All right, now today we will start with in the last video we had already started with the concept of business environment scanning, the importance of environment and the need for environment scanning. We had also studied about the different sources from where we can collect information regarding environmental scanning. Today we go ahead with the same topic. That is, today also we will concentrate on business environment and we will look into the different levels or the different parts of business environment. Now, before I start that, or before I start explaining you that, let me just remind you once again that the meaning of business environment, last day we had discussed that business environment is the surrounding of the business. It is, it can be the forces or the conditions which affects your business. It might help your business, it might hinder your business also. It depends on the situation. Okay, now that is what business environment is all about. Now, if we divide the business environment, we can classify it into 2 different types. One is the internal environment and the other one is the external environment. All right. Now, when we talk about internal environment, what do we mean? We mean that part of the environment which is very much immediate, which is part of the business enterprise itself. Okay. This is that environment over which the business will have control, because this is nothing but the business itself, the part of the business itself. Now, when we talk about internal environment, what are the things we will include? We would include the employees, the management, the physical assets, the research and development, and the technological capabilities of the business. Now, you can understand that these factors will definitely affect the success or failure of a business. Employees are your strength. If you place the right person in the right job, then obviously that's an advantage for you. If you can't do that, that is a threat for you. That's a problem. Management is definitely, it's like the pillar of a business, So management is important. Any problem with the management is bound to affect your business. Physical assets, the assets that you have, the building, the equipments, the machineries that you have, that will also affect your business. If you have the right kind of machines, right kind of equipments, proper location, then obviously that is good for your business. Research and development, the more money you invest in this, the more technologically you advance, that is an advantage to your business. But this part is something on which we will not concentrate for your class 12 syllabus. What we will rather concentrate on is the external environment. All right. Now, when we talk about external environment, this again can be classified into 2 levels. One is the micro environment and the other one is the macro environment. So for your class 12 syllabus, this is where we will be concentrating on. Because last day, if you remember the definition of business environment that we had given you, as per the textbook, it refers to the external conditions and forces. This is the internal part. So we are not concentrating on this. We are rather concentrating on the external environment. Okay, so external environment can be divided into 2 categories or 2 levels. One is the micro environment, the other one is the macro environment. Now first we concentrate on the micro environment. Now what is meant by micro environment? Micro environment will consist of the forces, conditions, factors in the firm's immediate environment, which will have a direct impact on the enterprise. Now, what do we mean by immediate environment? Now, suppose this is my business. Okay. The business will have its own internal environment, which is part of the business itself. Next, immediately after this, you will be having your micro environment. And anything beyond this will become your macro environment. Okay, so this is your business. The immediate environment that you have is the micro environment, and next, beyond this, whatever we have is the macro environment. Now, this micro environment will have a direct impact on the business enterprise. Okay. Now, let us study what are the things that are included within the macro environment. Okay. So, under macro environment, we have suppliers, customers, intermediaries, competitors, and general public. Now, what is the speciality of this micro environment? Micro environment, to an extent, is controllable. It's partially controllable. Okay. Not totally controllable. Internal environment is under your control. Micro environment is partially under your control because these are part of your business. You do have some control over them. Now, any problem with these areas is bound to affect your business. Let's come to this point. Suppliers. Who are the suppliers? Suppliers are the ones who will be supplying you with raw materials, equipments, machineries, or other things that you required for your business. Now, suppose the suppliers suddenly raise the price of their raw materials, then what will happen? What will happen? That will force you to increase the price of your product also. So, see, it has a direct impact on your business. So, any changes, any problem in the supplier part is bound to affect your business. Customers, what do I say about customers? You know everything about customers. Customers are the king of the market. Okay, we are doing everything for them just to satisfy them. Okay, if my customers are happy with me, then my business will keep on growing. But if my customers are not very happy with me, if they are dissatisfied, then that will affect my business in a negative manner. Now, let me give you a small example. Nowadays, online shopping is very popular. Now, I don't know about you all, but what I usually do is before I place an order, I check out the reviews. The reviews given by the customers, the star marking rated by the customers. Now, suppose I wanted to buy something, but in the reviews part, I'm seeing that the customers have rated it as a very poor product and the reviews are also very poor. They're saying that it's not a good product. Then I will change my decision of buying that. On the other hand, again, another product about which I did not have any idea, but I'm finding the reviews to be wonderful. People are, talking about it. They are appreciating it. They are so happy about it. They are posting the pictures of their product. Then automatically, I too feel like buying that product. So your customers are very powerful. They will help you gain the market and gain more customers. Next, we have intermediaries, the middlemen, the wholesalers, the retailers, distributors, agents. Any disruption in this area is bound to affect your distribution system, which is also a very difficult thing for your business. Competitors in today's market, you cannot overlook the competitors because you don't enjoy monopoly. You have to, function in a market where you will have people selling similar products. So you always have to be updated about the strategies of your competitors, about what your competitors are doing, what are the changes they are incorporating, and you just have to keep up with them. So you cannot ignore them. General public means these might include your customers. These might be people who are not your customer. They can be prospective customers also. But general public is very powerful. Okay, so their opinion, how you treat them, what they think about you will definitely affect your business. Now, next we come to the macro environment. In macro environment, what is the meaning? First, let's see. Macro environment includes the forces and factors which exercises influence on the business activity in general. Not specific to an enterprise, but in general. Okay, the role of macro environment may be positive or negative. Okay, this is very industry specific. Your micro environment, your suppliers, your customer is different from somebody else's business, somebody else's suppliers, and somebody else's customers or intermediaries. So it's specific. But when we talk about the macro environment, it's general. Okay, now under macro environment, what things are included? Under macro environment, we have political, economic, social, technological, ecological, and legal. See, here we had suppliers, customers, intermediaries, competitors, and the general public in micro. But in macro, we have political, economic, social, technological, ecological, and legal. And what do we call it? This is known as the pestle model. Okay, under pestle model, then it's an acronym. So what is it? P for political, E for economic, S for social, T for technological, E for ecological, and L for legal. Okay, now are these factors controllable? No. Okay, beyond the control of the business. You cannot control these factors. They are absolutely not under your control, but they will affect your business in general. Okay, now I'll keep this video till here and I'll continue with this topic in the next video. So please watch the other video because there we'll be discussing about the pestle model in details and also about problem identification, the meaning of problems, idea generation, idea fields, and other topics which are very important for your board's purpose. Take care. We will continue with the next video.